And I've got a screen up now so we can pull up thesauruses and we can do all sorts of other things.
So it's taken me to your profile. Is it? Oh, you've not started it yet. Oh, here we go.
It's just started.
Yeah, cool.
How do you look? Okay. Are we still good? You still got audio?
Golden, yeah.
Oh, we're good. Andrew, round
Ben.
2.
Hey, good to be back.
Great to have you back.
Thank you so much.
We are live. We are streaming live yet again from the studio. This time, I've got Andrew back with high fidelity audio. We're testing new software, and it is beautiful. It's such a joy to have low latency and clear software. My goodness.
Totally.
Now
we can play to our own talking.
We can play to our own, and if we choose to jam, we've just got to remember that one of us will be on the beat and then one of us will be on the and.
Syncopation, though, really.
It's all about syncopation. How you been?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, just like everyone, just day by day, same old same, getting through, just finding out ways every day to be productive,
Yeah, it's funny because had you have said to me 8 weeks ago, you're gonna end up becoming mildly obsessed with live streaming as a way of staying creatively fulfilled, I would have probably sworn at you. I would have thrown a series of expletives at you. But, I did one last night, just impromptu, where I had this, I'd been going through all these old songs.
Right.
And because we used to do a lot of gigs, and you're probably in that phase where I don't do that many gigs anymore. You're in that phase where you're doing lots of gigs before COVID. You're just getting into that point where you do heaps of gigs. But, I used to do 3 or 4 gigs a week in my prime. I didn't want to say prime, but back in my gigging days.
You're still in the prime. You're humble. I'm
trying to stay there. But it was really nice going back through all these songs some of these songs I hadn't played in like 10 years. And I pulled them out and I just did a whole acoustic set last night, just sitting here with my lyrics up, and this guy jumped on from Germany and was chatting to me. It was like midday over there in Germany, and he was chatting, and then we talked about slide playing because he saw it, and I ended up just I played like
how good's that?
I played 15 songs, 15 of my originals, just in an acoustic lounge kind of manner, pretending I was back in a wine bar, and then I did like an hour of dobro and Weizenborn playing with this guy from Germany and someone from California. It was so good.
How good is that? I saw you posted a video of like an old lap steel. You said it was living in a case or something for many years.
It literally took the pandemic for me to open it up. I don't know why it's been sitting there. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's crazy though. Like there's definitely a thing, like we get these impulse purchases or however we come across it. And then, it takes us being forced to stay home for a month to be like, I might actually pick that up, because like time gets out of our hands. Like life gets in the way. You just forget so easily.
And we're like, I look at my kids who are always looking for new things to play with, like every 4 minutes. It's like, what's new now? And we're not that dissimilar. I've been going through all my old little nooks and crannies in my studio to see what I can find, and I forgot I had this 100-year-old Weizenborn lap slide guitar. I'm like, oh cool, I'll pull that out. It was just tucked away in the corner. I'm like, I'm gonna pull that out. EVV. Oh,
it's Andrew.
Who's EVV? Someone. Someone.
Just someone who I just want. I know someone I've. I've got a big mouth. Who knows?
We've got to find out. We'll find EVV. Reveal yourself.
I have a hunch that it's Adele.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Totally
yeah, straight up. There you go.
How you doing, Adele? Long time. EVVV. Of course, I should have known from the EV. Yeah, of course, I should have.
This is V music, right? Is it?
Yeah, I should have known that. That was poor on my part to not pick that up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It stings more when they come after you and you're like, I don't know you.
It's true. Okay, so songwriting prompt for this week: Lost Dog. Now, this is care of Kepi Coots. Again, so this is going to become a thing for me every 2 weeks. I'm gonna basically do this as therapy, where I get other people to share in my pain of trying to translate songwriting prompts into good songs. But yeah, yeah.
Lost Dog.
You're planning an EP too. Sorry, Evie's. Yeah. Everyone's got all these plans getting postponed. In fact, it was funny because I found myself looking at the Top Gun 2. The re-release. They've remade Top Gun. Tom Cruise. 35 years later. and apparently
hasn't aged.
They keep. Oh my god, he would if he heard you say that, he'd probably give you a spot in a film.
It's nuts. It's like he's older, but like
he's pretty good.
Still doing it.
He's
still doing it.
Yeah, they keep saying next summer. They said to be released next summer. Last summer, they keep like pushing it back because they're like, we're not releasing until there's people in the cinemas. And it's like everyone with their EPs is the same. Everyone's getting their EPs ready. It's like, I'm not releasing this thing until I'm ready to do a launch and do some shows, and we're still waiting. So hopefully we'll release it soon, Adele, because I want to hear it.
I was meant to play for a few friends' singles launches, and they released the songs, and then the launches were playing, and then just straight from under us, gone. It's nuts. It's shitty. It is. Everyone's postponing. Everyone.
It's shitty. Yeah. Anyway, so to refresh everyone, every 2 weeks, I'm in this songwriting group curated by Kepi Coots. It's been phenomenal. It's been really fantastic. We're in round 5. So that means we've all submitted 4 songs. Every 2 weeks, you've got to write a song and you've got to submit it with a demo to the group. And every week, Kepi comes up with a new prompt. And it's generally a 2-word prompt. And last time we did this, Andrew, it was mixed signals.
Yeah. That's right. That went somewhere.
That went. And I have a feeling today's going to get wacky. I think today's going to really... I think it's going to go sideways because the prompt is Lost Dog. And I actually spoke to Kepi. I called her on the phone and I said, Kep, the prompt. She goes, I know. Well, apparently there's another songwriter who's written a song called Lost Dog. I can't remember the name of the songwriter. Actually, she wouldn't tell me the name of the songwriter because she didn't want to influence my writing by giving me the reference track.
Yeah, right.
But it's a beautiful. I could look it up easily. I guess that's lazy. On my
part. She must really believe in you.
My internet skills clearly are not great.
He won't look it up.
He won't look it up. He won't Google that. That's too much.
He respects the course too much. It's
called integrity. But Lost Dog. She said, I heard this beautiful song called Lost Dog, and I was like, well, that's going to be a challenge. So this is our challenge for today. And I actually think it's really fun. Compared to mixed signals, I think this is a really fun one because the first reaction I had was the one you always have, which is the very literal image of a lost dog. Like it's so literal, it makes you sick. You feel like a 6-year-old. You're like, I'm just seeing a dog who's lost. And then of course, the thing that happens straight after that is you get the surprise of the alternative, the wiggy, lateral thinking versions of it.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be interesting. And because you've got great key sound today, we've got great audio.
It's
I think
immaculate.
We should get some more music happening today and really try and get some stuff happening quickly. So I still want to start off way we did last time and talk about this idea of what it could be.
Okay.
And obviously what it could be is the literal losing of a dog.
It's where you go to automatically, usually, like you said. It's just that autonomous response.
Yeah, but we could go like, so I like this idea of saying, let's go literal, but let's also go personal. Okay, so for example, I had a dog. And his name was Buddy.
Tell me.
Yeah, his name was Buddy. What's going on here? Why is it always doing this? I'm gonna work this software out at some point. I had a dog called Buddy. Beautiful dog. Dad loved that dog. I mean, Dad just loved him. But Buddy was a beagle. Beagles, if you've ever met a beagle, they're kind of, well, he was always hungry. They just eat. They're insatiable eaters. But he was also, because they're part bloodhound, they track. So he was a tracker. So Buddy would jump somehow, for a small dog, he would jump over the fence, and then we'd get a call that he was in Bondi. we were at Maroubra, and so we'd get a call that he'd, made his way to Bondi tracking someone. Obviously, he'd smelled something and he tracked. And so our lost dog was like, our lost dog was always, come and get your dog who's followed me on the coastal walk from like Coogee to Bondi.
What a walk.
Sorry, yeah, what a walk. So we always got him back. But he was an escape artist. He was a professional escape artist. And that was just his nature. So I guess what I'm getting at here is the literal lost dog idea is only interesting if we think about why we lose them. Like I think we lost Buddy because he had this intense desire to escape and be free and do what he was primarily geared to do, which was to track. So right. he was following primal instincts. And I think that's an interesting angle because all of a sudden he's not lost. He's actually doing what he does. He's doing his thing. He's doing what dogs were are supposed to do. Did you have a dog growing up?
I have 2 dogs, and I've not lost them yet, thankfully.
Okay.
So
you got 2 dogs
definitely
currently. Okay.
Yeah, and I could definitely, I guess I could definitely channel the feeling of like if I lost them because like I love them to death.
Yeah.
So
what are your dogs called?
Huey and Indy.
Huey, as in Huey.
EY, yeah.
Yeah, and Indy.
Yeah, INDY.
INDY.
Both like I rescue in a way. Like we got them online off people who didn't want them.
Oh yeah, okay. Is there a hey Andy, how you doing, bud? Listening.
Is that the Andy?
Andy Brubble. Listening in while marking and doing admin. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. We've replaced podcasts
with keys and guitar.
What about this idea of the rescue dog? Lost meaning rescued. Oh, well, lost and found, right?
Yeah,
lost
definitely.
And found. So it's not that they've been lost. I'm going to draw a little line off the side here. It's not that they were lost physically, but they were lost emotionally.
Yeah.
Okay, so you rescued dogs where the owners had lost their love for those dogs.
Yeah, both were, if you want to get literal, were purchases for their children, and then they just kind of realized, well, we can't look after it.
Okay.
Like presents, and then they were like, online they go, and then so one was off Gumtree and one was in like Trading Post.
Oh wow! The owners purchased for children, and then children didn't want them anymore.
Pretty much, and then we're talking like 10 weeks in. They were babies. They were little.
10 weeks. 10 weeks.
So we just took them.
Apparently the stats on the amount of rubbish that gets dumped at the tip, early January after Christmas, like the week after Christmas, is insane. Apparently it's just like, we do all of this purchasing. We need to buy lots of stuff, obviously, because we're consumers. That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
But then the tips go. Apparently, the tip numbers of the stuff that gets dumped, like the week later, where people go, you know what? I actually don't want this.
It's nuts. It's nuts. I'd hate to think.
Yeah. So rescue dogs. Okay, so I love this angle already. I love what you've got going on here. Rescue dogs. So the owners purchased it for their children. Then the children didn't want them anymore. 10 weeks later. Okay.
Literally, they were both babies, and we got them like this.
Yeah, that's sad. Okay.
It is. It's pretty sad. So we're like, let's take them. We still got them both.
So what we're saying there is not. We're playing on this idea of a lost dog, not lost in the physical sense.
He's lost. He's just
lost connection.
Yeah.
With owner, lost affection from owner. Lost love, really, for this animal.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's all. That's gotten pretty heavy. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
But I like,
dark.
again, I mean, the idea of losing a dog, lost dog, physically boring. Unless, obviously, I shouldn't say that. It might be very funny. We could actually have some escapades that, make for a very funny song. But I think this idea of, the emotional loss is more interesting. It just feels like there's richer territory there for a pair of dramatic songwriters like us. Georgie's in.
We are emotional people. Yes,
We are
that's
emotional
good.
people. A dog is only lost if it doesn't have a pack with an alpha leader. Oh, Andy's chipping in with some
Straight in.
animal psychology.
Straight in.
Okay, so Andy's. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. Andy's come in and basically, that's great because dogs are pack animals. He's basically saying that any dog that is taken out of that natural environment and forced to be a solo dog that lives in a suburban household is lost.
Is a lost dog.
Andy, that's heavy.
Man, I should have didn't realize this is what we're getting into, Ben. This is nice. This is nice. This is connecting.
Well, this is this is what we do.
That's it. Dig deep.
Disconnected from pack. I'm gonna put that in as a separate little thing. And you know what I also love about this method is it takes you places. It really does take you places that you just didn't think were going to happen. Like it takes you. I never would have thought of that had Andy have not just said that. And now, as soon as he says it, it's like that old Aristotle idea. Like it should be surprising yet inevitable, like the rules of drama. Yeah. And that as soon as Andy says that, it's like, of course, that's beautiful.
It's literally what it is. Yeah,
that's literally what it is. So disconnected from pack, and basically we're saying that the domestication. Oh, that's too big. You see, I've got to get less excited with my font size.
I'm watching you type it up, and I love it.
Domestication of modern dogs.
That idea too that Andy said kind of makes sense because it's like, I think I've heard somewhere that like it's interpreted in dreams if you like have a lost dog in a dream of separation,
right,
conflict. So that kind of ties up with the separation of the pack that he's taken from.
Yeah. Okay. So, and the idea there of the alpha leader too, if there's no alpha leader, there's
no direction.
That's something we have to come back and explore too. Georgie, how you doing?
Georgie's sad.
Georgie, do you have dogs? Or have you had a dog? I feel now this has become that's a tricky question because there's going to be some sad stories.
Well, I had rabbits run away. I've never my dogs haven't, touch wood, but okay. I had 2 rabbits that bolted.
Okay. Nostalgic's,
super random.
Nostalgic's on board. Hey, buddy. Nostalgic and I were hanging out last night.
Nostalgic and I, that's a great sentence.
Nostalgic. Oh, I'm writing that down. Nostalgic and I were hanging. Oh,
that's a great sentence.
That's going off the mirror. That's just going straight into my. Fuck. Where's a pen when you need it?
Nostalgic and I were hanging last night.
Nostalgic and I were hanging last night at about 10 to 11 talking about Weisenborn. And then we both realized that it was a Sunday night and we actually had to go. But I love it when he's on. Nostalgic. There is an awesome kids book called The Night I Followed the Dog. It was Lost Dog Blues. Yeah, it was Lost. Yeah, we were playing Lost Dog Blues last night too. Yeah, I was playing very much Lost Dog Blues.
Love it.
Hey, Watermelon Sauce 13. I love these people's names.
Hey, Watermelon. I love these sentences that you're just saying. It's just so good.
I'm just responding to what the people are giving
me. I just love it. Watermelon. Hey, Nostalgic. Hey, Watermelon.
Yeah. The Night I Followed the Dog. What is this book, The Night I Followed the Dog?
I don't know if I've heard that one.
Marie's here too. Anne-Marie. Hey, Anne-Marie. How you doing?
Too good. Anne-Marie,
the single.
legend.
How's the single?
Oh, man. That was a recent one, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's killing it.
I thought she did. I just linked it then, but it's nostalgic linking.
That's
something.
Nostalgic. I'm gonna pull this up on screen. The Night I Can I type?
I only know the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. I remember
Great
that
book.
one.
Great book. The night I followed the dog. The night I followed the dog. Where?
That's a weird video up there.
Yeah, and why is it? I don't want. No, that's story online. I have a dog, nothing exotic or special, just an ordinary dog. In fact, I always thought it was a boring dog. It's a kid's book, right? It's Toby. Watermelon Sauce is Toby. Come say hi. Yeah,
I love it.
We're gonna get some music happening in a sec.
Tobes.
Okay, I'm going to just put over here. I'm going to put over here. The dogs have a wicked private nightlife. Oh, amazing. The night I followed the dog. Oh, okay, of course. Okay, of course. You follow the dog and they have their own. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, the night I followed the dog. We're going to put that up the top there and we're going to come back to that. How's our Miro board looking? Look, it's already starting to balloon. I love it.
Oh, Nostalgic's come in, Ben. The big one.
Oh, jeez. He's good. He's fast on the keyboard. That's what.
Man, that is quick. That's a lot.
He's fast on the keyboard. Okay, what's he said here? I have a dog, nothing exotic. Okay, this is the text. He's copy and pasted. Okay. Also, this little boy thinks until one morning when he opens the door a little early and sees his dog jump out of a limousine. That night, he decides to follow his dog, and that's when the fun starts in a nighttime romp around town, where he learns what adventures dogs get up to while their humans are fast asleep. A terrific read aloud and true amazing. Amazing. So, okay, so this is actually now a legitimate. This is proper. Because
this has happened quick as well. This is really good.
Yeah, this is because we've worked out what we're doing now, and I am slightly better at using the Miro board than I was last time.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's some serious. I'm
getting better.
I'm stuttering. I'm lost for words.
You're mesmerized by the Miro board. The night I followed the dog. So really, what we're talking about is this idea of lost dogs. Again, they're not lost. They're living their own lives. Dogs living their own. And you know what? Their own social lives. Do you know what would be amazing? Is a story where they do live their own social lives, but they appease us during the day by just pretending to be dogs and just chasing balls and stuff, chasing frisbees.
Yeah.
But really, they're waiting for us to go to bed so they can go out and hit the nightclubs.
Yeah, it's like a reverse Toy Story sort of thing.
Oh my god! Yes.
Where they're out of the house, Toy Story, just doing their thing.
So they appease us during the day so that they can socialize in the evening.
No wonder I could hear the doggy door at night all the time. It's all coming in.
Yeah. Did you never saw the limo though?
No, I missed that. I missed on the transportation, but I did hear traveling by foot.
Nostalgic. That is such a great and weird place to take this story. I love that. Let's just recap for a second. We started off as we usually do, with a very literal idea of the dog getting lost, but we got personal with it. And I think you're the one who shifted it with the rescue dog idea, because rescue, search, found, the antithesis of lost, really took us to this place of, we're not talking about lost dogs physically, we're talking about lost dogs emotionally, dogs that have lost a connection with their owner, and says, someone like you comes along and says, no, I want to establish that connection with another creature.
That's it. Show it some love. Yeah.
And then Andy came in and said, what about this idea of being disconnected from the pack, the primal instincts that drive, dogs within packs and the alpha, and then Nostalgic's come in with a kid's book about dogs who really get down and boogie in the evening time, in the nightlife.
Love it.
So good. Anne-Marie, Toby, feel free to jump in with some weird stuff. Is it feeling, and I don't want to box us in, is it feeling like we're heading towards a blues?
I guess. I mean,
I know you don't want to say yes straight away.
It's the obvious choice. I mean, me musically, I was hearing like some sort of instrumental journey when you were talking about it's lost at its like previous home and then found when I bought it or something like that. There's a kind of tonality shift there.
So musically, you know, this idea of the rescue dogs, and I just want to say lost. Okay, so if we're talking about here, lost affection, lost from owner, lost love, you know, that interpretation.
Yeah.
Musically, what are you feeling with that? Give us something.
Lost.
Yeah, a sense of also because we have to have lost. It's a lost connection, but obviously it's going to have a happy ending because you find new love.
Yeah. I'm hearing those tent things you were talking about the other day. Actually.
Oh yeah, the width.
Exactly. Like it's minimal, but it's still quite a wide sound. Yeah. Just simple, like just kind of drawn out.
Oh, you're in B minor. You're in B minor. Yeah, you're in B minor.
Yeah. I'm scared to play along too because it's going to be out.
Yeah, but that's but you've also got that kind of, you know, from a groove perspective. You're hearing a groove at all? I'm very much in an R&B phase at the moment, so everything I play is going.
Oh man! Oh, don't even start me with that. Go on R&B.
Don't get him Mariah carried up.
Don't you dare.
Listen to that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that bass.
Got me all R&B'd up. Yeah, I mean, it could be kind of like it could be folky. I don't know, like a train.
Oh, a little, yeah. Well, and Evie's just come back in and saying the ending just doesn't have to be happy. Just saying.
Oh yeah,
does it? Of course, of course.
Yeah, no.
Let's not box ourselves into that. Please go in the R&B direction. Anne Marie, of course, is going to vote for that. Andy, a dog. I start reading Andy's text now with some trepidation as where this is going to take us because he's on fire today in terms of
he's 2 for 2 in his comments.
A dog has the canine intuition, unshakable animus. Oh my goodness. We've got Latin hitting the screen. So the man's best friend thing is their secret yearning that completes their inner calling. Heavy? Well, yes, can't help it. Oh my goodness. Friend in me.
It's Toy Story.
You've got a friend in me.
Is this Andy from uni?
Yeah.
Andy Horvath?
Well, he's gone with Andy Brubble. But because you can never...
You never know. That's the thing. It could be someone called Andy Brubble. The legend Andy Horvath coming in with the wisdom.
Oh, so you're thinking like
Could be, yeah. Yeah, it's like that train. Yeah, it's like I'm hearing that's like a journey in my eyes. Are you just in G again, B minor?
Yeah, I'm just E minor going to the B7.
I'm going to try and somehow land in with you, okay? I'll be delayed.
It's just on the end.
Trying to land it.
So good. We're still working on the completely low latency option, which is physically impossible, but like literally due to physics giving us a hard time. But we're working on it.
At least we can share the ideas.
We're working on it. Evie, a dog has been bred as a friendly companion. However, they are pack animals that are protective and aggressive. So maybe this lost dog is about going back to its roots. Oh, going back to its roots.
Hence the trained folk vibes.
Okay. So going back to its roots, I think disconnected from the pack, we've got now an extension of this. So we really got this idea of escaping domestication.
Right, yeah.
Escaping, let me zoom in on that. Come back in. Escaping domestication. And of course, going back to its roots. Back to its pack. Okay, so back to its
blues and roots and everything.
Back to wow. I like. I mean, I do like this. Now, as a metaphor, the idea of going back to your roots, or finding your tribe, finding your pack. Hence the train folk vibes. Yeah, it's a road trip song, right?
That's exactly. It's a
road trip. So
that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we got this going.
Holiday Road.
Road trip.
Lindsay Buckingham. Such a track.
Escaping domestication, going back to its roots, back to its pack. Road trip. Yeah, it's like
a full circle. Like, I know it ends up in one spot, back to where it goes.
Okay, there's so much richness for us to dive into. Before we commit to a form, let's just throw it out there. Is there any other interpretation for Lost Dog that we've missed? Anything else? I'm throwing this out to the people. So many dog movies are about finding their way back home, so to domestic safety, road trip home. Okay, so finding the way. Oh, okay, so yeah, we've been going the idea of dogs escaping,
leaving, finding its way home.
Yeah, finding its way home. It's finding a way home. Okay, so coming home.
Andy again, 3 for 3.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's on fire.
He's loving it.
He's on fire. He's had his coffee this morning.
Yeah,
I'm assuming 100%. He drinks coffee.
At his workout.
People who people who don't drink coffee and have great ideas, I just don't know how to trust them. I don't. I don't understand how their brains work without coffee. You meet those people who say, "I don't drink coffee," and they're really switched on. You're like, I don't understand. I don't compute. I mean, my students have literally seen what happens if I don't have my coffee in the morning. It's not pretty. It's not great.
I couldn't imagine you in a bad mood.
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just borderline incompetent. The brain, the synapses just don't. They sort of don't. They miss each other.
Yeah, we're in the key of C. No, it's F sharp. Then the heck.
What's a key? What's a sharp? What do you? Evie saying,
talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, that's right. Doodle something, please. Drop the literal idea that you are the dog without a home. You are the dog.
You are a dog.
We're the dog without a home. Oh, it's homelessness. Okay, so hang on. So we've got finding a way home. So Andy's basically got this idea of, and I like that. Finding a way home is a classic tale, and it's great because you can throw so many obstacles in the way of that. Why lost seeking shelter, seeking safety, and seeking reconnection. And so why we lost? Well, it could be for a number of reasons. But it's actually that's actually a positive. You're trying to find your way back.
Yeah.
Desperate to.
It's also interpreted as separation in some things too. So that it all kind of makes sense, ties up.
Yeah. But then you've got to. I mean, okay. So then we flip it and we say,
barking up the right tree. So it's nostalgic.
He's a funny one.
He's loving it.
He nostalgic. You drink coffee, right? Please say yes. What I was going to say was the idea that Adele had. The idea that Adele had. We are the dog. We embody the dog. And I think, you can make that metaphorical. But also, what if this was a story about homelessness, seeking shelter?
True. Okay. Yeah.
Seeking shelter, seeking companionship. We are in the position of the. Why do we have to be the ones who are inside the house and we're talking about an animal? We can be the ones wandering and looking for connection with a tribe, seeking our pack. tribe, group, etc. Nostalgic. What's nostalgic? Are you bugging? Oh, yeah, okay. Lots of coffee. First job was in a coffee. I see. You see, I'm instantly drawn to people who have a problem with coffee because it just makes me feel better.
Have a problem with coffee.
It just makes me feel less inadequate. Okay, I like this. Anything else, Andrew, before we start hitting the music?
No, I think that really covers it.
Okay,
that's pretty broad and rich, like you said.
There's lots there. There's so much there. I just got to say this. Oh, okay, no, we're not done. Just nostalgic's thrown something else in. Dog is the worst insult in the jail system.
Oh, so it's a term of negativity. It's an insult. So
dog as an insult.
Not human sort of thing. That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, dog is an insult. Again, I mean, we would be referring to a human character in the story.
Mm.
Yeah, I think a dog is a stool pigeon. Now we've got pigeons and dogs. It's just gotten.
That's all linking up.
It all makes sense. Okay, so I'm curious to know what people think. Come back, Miro. I'm curious to know what people think in terms of the options we've got to play with here.
Which direction to go in?
Yeah. And I'll separate this one out just a little bit because we've got the idea of rescue, search and rescue, or lost and found. I think that really can be summed up as lost and found.
Yeah, that's cool. That's simple, lost and found.
That's a lost and found. And that's cool. We've got this idea of, and I think this would be very humorous, the dogs having their own lives and basically appeasing us. Kind of like the same idea of in superhero mythology, the idea that Superman has to put on the normal work clothes. It has to become Clark Kent during the day to not freak people out, just to not scare people and act all meek. But really, he's kind of awesome. He's
the guy.
Superman. So dogs are really these amazing creatures, incredibly intelligent. They've got their own social circles. They probably organize, they've got their own Olympics that they run in the evenings kind of thing, but they have to just chase Frisbees during the day and sort of yap, to keep us from not freaking out. So that could be fun. Finding the way home, being separated and then seeking home and this idea of not having a place of shelter or comfort and then finding that or seeking that. And then there's this bigger idea. I think this disconnected from the pack idea is pretty big in terms of dogs are very old. And they haven't been domesticated for that long, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, is it true that dogs all descended from wolves? Is that true? That originally, if we go way back, does someone know that? I mean, I have no idea, but this idea that you've got a dog that lives within your little fenced area, and it's not in a pack, and it's very much a lone creature.
Yeah, right. I think you're right, like a grey wolf or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Eve's also come in with like a mutt or runt of the litter. Oh, runt of the litter.
Hey, true. Okay, that's kind of grungy. That's
the lost dog. Yeah, the lost dog.
That's bluesy.
Okay, she's
Yeah.
Runt of the litter.
Pretty sure old dog descended from wolves. Yeah. Marie coming in with the confirmation.
Yeah. We need. You know what would be great? I dream one day of having a stream where I can get David Attenborough to pop in and say, "Yes, absolutely." Just get him on
as a source.
line. I dream of those moments.
just as a source, it's like, oh yes, Ben.
Can you just confirm for us, David? I don't know why I'm speaking like David. He would speak like David, and I would speak like me. Be ridiculous.
Well, it's simple, really. The K9 there.
How insulting to get David Attenborough on and then pretend to speak like him. To do our
Yeah, you ask him a question as him. Oh, David, thank you for joining us, sir. He's like, the fuck?
Is it true? What are you doing?
He's going to call you, oh, Benjamin. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Runt of the Litter. Run of the Litter. What is
bluesy, grungy?
It's definitely grungy.
Yeah.
And as soon as we go, as soon as I'm
dominant.
I'm rhythmically inclined to just go power chords. Like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, we're going grunge. Yeah. Rock. Yeah. Literally, move up in chromatics. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Keep more key.
But then I feel like the lyric, we got to write a lot of lyrics for that. I'm in a lost dog and I don't know where I'm going. I'm just a lost dog and I don't know where I'm going.
I'm gonna be so out. I don't know.
Yeah, there is, no. I am a fan of that idea too of doing the like the little falsetto jump, just trying to get that like that little Freddie Mercury moment. I'm just a lost dog and I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, 100%.
Just an idea.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know where that came from. That came from V.
I came from V.
I came from
about
V
runts.
because you're talking about run. So run of the litter. What are we talking about when we say runt of the litter? It's always a It's always a story about not underestimating someone because of their physical appearance, isn't it?
Yeah, the outcast, but like they're the underdog.
The underdog. It's a story about the underdog.
You gotta love an underdog story, like Dodgeball. Great underdog story. Of all the underdog stories, you went with Dodgeball. It's literally the blurb is like a true underdog story.
Of all the classic cinematic experiences to choose from,
we're talking Cinderella Man, we're talking Rocky, we're talking all those boxing ones, but Dodgeball, in my opinion.
Is there a greater comedic actor than Ben Stiller? I mean, is there? I don't know. Maybe Will Ferrell. Good. Will Ferrell, maybe.
Ferrell's good.
Ferrell's good. And when Will and Ben are together, when we're talking like Blue Steel, what's that called again? What's that?
Oh, Zoolander.
When we're talking Zoolander, throw some Owen Wilson in there. I mean, please. I forgot what I was talking. Oh, it's a classic tale of the underdog. Now, also, I think
the underdog. Jeez, you love it. Inspirational stories.
Well, what's great about the runs of the litter idea, and there's so many stories where you see this. The assumption is that the smallest is the weakest. Yeah. That's the assumption.
Yeah. Straight away.
I mean, you know what did it really well? I think, overlooked. Yeah. Actually, it's Anne-Marie's coming in with overlooked, overlooked and underestimated. What about that antithesis? Overlooked, nice. Underestimated. We've got a directional contrast. That's
nice. There's a nice gauge there.
It's very good, Anne-Marie. Overlooked and underestimated.
Pardon me.
Bless you, Anne.
I'm allergic to great ideas. Sorry.
You've never sneezed when we've spoken before.
Yes, as I said that to him, like I've sneezed once.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yes, everything else just didn't. Yeah. Wasn't talking to me. Yeah, no, that one.
We'll get that. I mean, I've just got to.
Can we edit this? It's live, but can we edit it after?
Not at all. Well, we can try, but it's out there.
It's done. It's done now.
You know what I think does this really, really well, or I think did this really, really well, is Game of Thrones. Tyrion.
You know, I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
Okay, doesn't matter. The fact that you called it the Game of Thrones is it's
that says enough.
You've clearly not seen it. That's cool. But
have you seen the Rocky before?
The Rambo. Have you seen the other?
The Rambo.
Andy's come. Oh, here we go. Andy's coming. Inspo. Atomic Dog. George Clinton. Dog animus meets urban domestic. Atomic
George
Dog.
Clinton.
Atomic Dog. Do we need to listen to a bit of Atomic Dog?
Sure.
Okay.
It's funkadelic. Can't go wrong.
Atomic Dog. George Clinton. Let's do it.
I can't actually hear it. I don't know if everyone else can.
I think everyone else can. Sorry.
Damn. Okay. Don't worry. Let him groove. Let him groove. I'll listen to it on my speaker.
Rhythmic dogs, harmonic dogs, house dogs, street dogs.
Yeah, you can hear it on the stream, can't you, Andrew?
Dancing dogs.
No, I can't hear it at all. That's okay. Can you hear it if I play it so it's not clashing?
Funky dogs.
That's intense. That's an intense. Yeah, Evie can. I think it's just because it's routing through my desktop.
Oh, yeah, cool.
It was very look. It's very funky, George Clinton.
Very electronic. I can kind of hear a bit synthy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was like
drum machine vibes.
That was cool. We could totally run with that.
Bit funky.
What have you got in that kind of vibe?
Oh, bit of clap.
The panting. Yeah, yeah. V's saying the panting is. As Andrew Denton would say, that's just my asthma. Oh. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's kind of so it's a bit crunchy on my end.
It's a little bit crunchy, yeah, but it's oh yeah.
It kind of a bit weird and a bit funky. I don't know.
I don't know about you, but that's like that's instantly to me like that's happy. That's a happy, like I'm in a happy place when
True. Yeah.
Know, like, that's gonna, you're going.
The tonality changes between the clap and the guitar too. It's like.
I gotta. Yeah. The tonality changes. It's very subtle. So we've really got like that sort of boom. And I feel like that's got to be like well I was born.
Yeah, call and response.
I was born. The run of the litter, the smallest, the small. I was born.
Yeah.
The run of the litter.
It's like lyric riff. I was born. The run of the litter.
Yeah, and I was called. Oh yeah, totally. This in the naysays. Yeah. Well, look, if we go back to the Game of Thrones thing, I mean Tyrion in the Game of Thrones, Tyrion is like, he is literally the smallest person in the show. He's very, very short. And
Oh, is that Dinklage?
Yeah,
Peter Dinklage.
yeah, Peter Dinklage, and his family basically gives him very little respect. But he's clearly the smartest out of all of them. He's clearly the brains out of. He's smarter than everyone else in the entire show. And so
Yeah, right.
He's this mastermind who understands that people underestimate him, but finds a way to triumph against so much adversity.
Right.
And his self-esteem and his confidence in his own intelligence and his own skill set is immense. He's a great character.
Right.
So Anne Marie's sort of saying there, but maybe the runt is confident in themselves and is dissing the naysayers. And I think that's, if you've got a funky groove like that, I was born.
You're strutting. You're having a great time.
It's a strut. Okay, let's bring some Miro over here. I was born. And then I'm gonna do a little riff.
Call and response riff.
The runt of the litter. Oh, and why is it gonna not? Yeah, open out. There we go. Okay. The runt of the litter. And we're basically just, let's make that a little bit. That's too big. Control yourself, Ben. I was born the runt of the litter.
Get your font sorted.
And I was called. I was born the runt of the litter, and I was called. Let's strut it. We're gonna strut it. So
strut vibes. I like it.
In our minds, oh, give us that. What were you doing before? Give us that clav again. Boom.
Boom.
Or, it's that sort of boom. Give us that little bass line that you had.
Oh, like what key were you in? G, E?
We're just in G.
Something like it. Yeah. It's so hard to do it. It's so...
Yeah. So it's got that. Yeah. We're sort of really.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
So then we're picturing.
Yeah, that's so hard.
And you know what's interesting? We found ourselves like we're sort of in a blues, but we're in a funky blues.
They're in a funky upbeat.
We've found like a nice little in between. I was born the runt of the litter, and I was called
a quitter or something.
Oh,
called a quitter.
And I was called, we need.
Get him.
And I was called. We need an extra syllable in there. I was born the runt of the litter, and I was called.
To the quitter.
A something and a quitter.
A lost cause and a quitter. Lost pause.
Lost pause and a who's Andrew? You've had your coffee,
mate. Look, no, not today.
You haven't. You see,
no.
I knew there was something wrong.
I haven't sneezed enough.
Do the funky runt. I'll do the
funky runt.
Andy say do the funky runt.
Funky runt.
What I like about this idea, I was born the runt of the litter, and I was called. I think what we want to have is was that Mario going down the tunnel?
Just disco.
It's not far off when original Super Mario goes down the tunnel. Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one.
Oh my goodness. Half the size of my brothers and sisters. Told I was a quitter. Yeah. So we got this idea. Yeah, we're playing around we're going to get this down. You know, as my wife and I always talk about this idea, you know, you get it down, then you get it right. That's the old screenwriter's mentality. Don't agonize.
Yeah, get the ideas down.
Georgie G, what's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. We've decided.
What's happening?
We're
Way to stop the flow, Georgie G.
Yeah. What? Oh, hey, where was it?
That's it. Doom, 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 doom. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Keep that going. Trying to jam, but be out our zone. It's so hard. Yeah, we need the chromatics to go into it for sure.
It needs to, you know.
Yeah, down to E or something.
Yeah. So that's where we're at, Georgie. Yeah. So we've decided to go full old. You know, I think this was Andy's fault because he brought George Clinton into it. Yeah.
I kind of changed the key there. I don't know, but yeah.
That's cool. But I was born. So we've got this bump. I was born. And so we're also playing with this idea of run of the litter. So let's.
Yeah.
Run of the litter is over here. This is the idea we're playing with, and it'd be great to just flesh this out. So I was born, and again, without getting too caught up on the specific lyrics. Why don't I just put this over here so we can actually, you know, so we can actually do it properly. So I was born the runt of the litter, and I was called a lost cause and a quitter. Whatever it is. I like this idea of being called something before you've had a chance to even prove yourself. I mean, this is the idea, right? This is the whole, what is our theme? That you're assumed that you can't do something just based on how you look or based on a physical...
Judgment. Book by cover.
Book by cover. Oh my God.
Judging a book by its cover.
Book by cover is actually a great title.
Book by cover.
Book by cover. Not necessarily...
Parentheses, lost dog.
I was just going to say, I have these moments when I'm writing songs where it's like someone says something like book by cover. And I'm like, that's amazing. It's actually a whole other song. Like it feels like, I feel like I've just left this world for a second and written down a song idea, but book by cover just has a great, you know, that could be a great song title. Feels like we could write something from that. We might come back and do that. I've gone off on a tangent and I need to pull myself back. Where's my copy?
The self-control.
But essentially, you said this idea of judgment. Yeah, so I was born the run of litter, and I was called a lost cause and a quitter. And the idea that you're called those things before you've had a chance to even prove yourself. Overlooked and underestimated. Oh, and maybe we just throw that in there, you know. Overlooked and underestimated.
That could be just like their own lines. Overlooked, forget it, and underestimated. Forget it.
So syllabically, I love that word syllabically.
Syllabically. What? Syllabically.
Referring to the amount of syllables we have to play with. Overlooked. Overlooked, underestimated. Yeah, you got to come in. You got to come in with it early, don't you? You sort of got to go. Yeah. Overlooked, underestimated. Hey, what about I just got excited. What about if we chord change on underestimated?
Yeah, cool.
So what if you got like this, you know, I was born the run of the litter. I was called a lost cause and a quitter. Overlooked, underestimated.
Yeah. Yeah. On the 5, yeah, that's huge.
Okay.
That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there.
That's the stuff. Slimmersy's back. Slimmersy, how you doing? Slimmersy was hanging out with me for a couple of hours last night. It was fantastic. So great to have you back. We're writing a song on the fly, and we're brainstorming some ideas with a prompt.
Yeah.
Just to recap for everyone, Lost Dog is where we began, and we've played around with all these different ideas, but we've found ourselves in a happy place. You know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Georgie's in. Anne Marie's in. Evie's in.
They're loving it. They're loving it.
Well, because I think we've found ourselves in a fairly happy place. Okay, so did you like the idea of changing chords?
Yeah.
On Underestimated? So
Yeah.
I'll do that again.
That was nice.
Let's do that again. Let's and I'll make sure we can actually.
Yeah, hit it.
Did you hear that all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was born the run of the litter. I was caught.
Yeah.
A lost cause and a quitter. Overlooked, underestimated. Oh, now what about if we went down to the flat
Ooh.
7? Overlooked,
Down to the F?
underestimated. I need a word that rhymes with mated, estimated. Overlooked, underestimated.
I was better off. They thought that I was better off domesticated or something.
Oh, bring the domesticated. You know what? Underappreciated. We've got underappreciated from Georgie.
That's nice.
Underappreciated. Conflated.
Inflated.
Conflated. Underappreciated. You know what you could do? I'm just going to write all these down. Conflated. Conflated.
Don't mind me. I'm just kind of brainstorming some.
Yeah,
ideas.
you just modulate over there. You just.
Yeah, just.
Conflated. What was the word you said too?
Domesticated.
There is something about domesticated. There is something about bringing it back to this idea of domesticating dogs. And just that's the life we give to them. That's all you're good for. Just basically sitting there and eating.
Well, that's what I kind of looked at it as. It was like a pack of dogs just doing their own thing, not living at a home, just living in their own space. And then taking on this one dog who's saying, like, you can't make it here, you're better off domesticated.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Because you could do that too. You could, if we go overlooked, underestimated, underappreciated, conflated, domesticated.
Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah.
So from the top it would be like, and that's like a short round. Like we're not doing
Short
16
turnaround.
bar. Yeah, it's cool. So it would be like, I was born the run of the litter.
That's it.
I was caught a lost cause and a quitter. Overlooked, underestimated, unappreciated, underinflated, domesticated. All night and now. So we're basically doing and there's something.
Is that down from B?
I was just dropping that down from like E flat.
Oh,
So
no.
going to the F and then dropping it down from E flat. What have we got here? We've got sophisticated, educated. Well, Evie.
Yeah.
Oh God! Stop the scroll wheel. My scroll wheel's gone crazy. I think what we need. We've got a list. It's basically uneducated. Unsophisticated.
Yeah. Uneducated is a great one.
Unsophisticated. Yeah, this is we've got, because you know what's great. we'll use some of these in the second verse. We'll write them down now. Better off domesticated. Oh yeah, better off domesticated. Yeah. Overlooked, underestimated, unappreciated. Better off, and you know.
Yeah.
Something about like no place for me in the wild. No place for me in the wild, better off domesticated or something like that. It does infer more. I like that. Yeah, so Evie, sophisticated, educated, great, because we can use the opposite of uneducated, unsophisticated, you know, as just other what do you call them? Insults. Other insults that are basically inferred or implied to be the truth just because of the size.
Yeah.
Conflated my self-worth with being domesticated. This is what popped into my mind. Yeah, I love this. I love this. Slimacy. I love when people jump on to a theme and just add gold. It's so good. You space it out, but it sounds like the tagline. Oh, that's a good point. So let me just play this. Let me just play this through to you for a second.
Yeah.
Tell me if it sounds like we're arriving. It feels like. And this is where we could take this a number of different directions. It feels like we've either created a pre-chorus, or you know, an end of a verse structure that then is about to go into a chorus, or we could actually have the tagline come at the end. So you know, I was born.
Yeah.
The run of the letter, and I was called. Lost cause and a quitter, overlooked, underestimated, underappreciated. Inflated, uneducated, unsophisticated.
Yeah, it just keeps falling on itself.
And then I feel like it's going to go into a second verse. You know, and let's just get a form.
Yeah. Totally.
And then we go.
Yep. Yeah, the hits are nice. Blah, blah, blah.
And then we've got a chorus. And then it feels like we're gearing up for a chorus.
Yeah.
Or,
and do we want to stay away from the cliche 4?
Yeah, I think so. Unless we go and hit it with a minor 4.
Back down. Yeah.
So we turn into a minor blues, baby.
Yeah. Oh, I love those changes.
But
Love those changes. That's kind of R&B for Anne Marie.
Yeah, but is that too? You know, but going to the minor, have we taken this? You know, yeah. Oh, otherwise, the B flat, I think, would be a fun change to go to.
If like even the third, the B would be kind of cool.
So then we've come to the end of the second verse. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, see, I always love this flat. I always love the major second in there as well. So
Hitting the.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you.
That's nice.
The B going to the C, I just think is, you know. Yeah, no. We're getting it lost. We'll come back to it. Now, and then
I like it. We've got the forms. The form is becoming clearer though.
Yeah, we're getting the form. So at this stage, we're going. Let's give this some labeling. We've got V1.
Love it. Hit it.
And then we've got pre. Oh, what are we calling this? Yeah, well, it's really just. Yeah, it's really part of V1.
Yeah, I think so.
It's actually not.
I think it's just part of it. Like it's the second half of the verse.
It's actually not separate. Yeah, and so then V2 will be the same length.
Yeah. Same sort of structure.
And then we're going to a chorus. At which point, I'm going to drag you over here. Let's put it next to here. Now, what we've got to find, and this is where I don't know about you, but I always find this part tricky, right? Musically. But it doesn't. A lost cause, but it doesn't taste bitter. Oh, that's nice. Slimissy.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a bit. Yeah, a lost cause, but what about? Oh, see, now I'm thinking something a little bit darker. Like I got blood on my paws, but it doesn't taste bitter, or something. You know, like this idea that like he's up for a fight. You know.
Yeah.
Blood
Put
on
him
my
up.
paws, but it doesn't taste bitter. You know, it's like I don't know. But okay, so here's where I struggle with the chorus in these kind of songs, because I think we've got this great riff. You know, and you got this funkiness. You don't want to lose the funkiness in the chorus. Yeah, you've left them behind. Yeah, start V2 with them on the run. With on the run. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. And I think Adele has a good point. Why don't we all just slow down, take a breath, come back to verse 2, and let's work out a story, right? So,
okay.
Something like we've left them behind. So verse 1, I was born, the run of the litter, I was called, a lost cause and a quitter. So you were. This is the way you were born. This is the kind of shit you copped.
Yeah. Verse
2 is you leaving. You've left them behind, right?
Yeah.
Now the other thing that's happened too is we've locked ourselves into a groove. It's almost like a horn line. I really love that stabby kind of melody.
Yeah.
Are you okay? That was just breaking wind.
That was another sneeze.
Yeah.
It falls off itself.
Slim Izzy's on fire. On the run, blood on my paws wasn't my fault. Oh, you see, V, I love the way V brings it back to the darkness. Yeah, it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't me. I didn't do nothing.
Hey, can we work dog slaughter in there instead of manslaughter? Accidental dog death. Is that accused of dog slaughter? On the run, accused of dog slaughter. Is that too much? Standalone, so Andy's come back in saying the riff can also be the lyrics, you know. So instead of you know,
singing along to it.
We can actually sing along to it. Maybe in the second verse you switch to it. Yeah, that's a good option. Actually, you know what?
That's a nice way to expand it.
I would like to save that for the bridge.
Yeah, cool. Okay, make it a riffy bridge.
I think, Andy, that's a killer idea, but we do a riffy bridge and we sort of do a variation on that riff and we sing along to it.
Jeez, he's good.
He's good.
He loves it.
He's got to he's got to have 6-7 coffees a day, surely.
Yeah,
with that
he
kind
loves
of firepower.
He's too good. The content.
I got it. Okay, Slimmer is saying we've got to say bow wow at least once. And I couldn't agree more.
Bow.
I couldn't agree more. I'm just going to put this up here. Bow wow. Actually, just while we're here, what are other dog things we have to say?
Woof.
Woof. Also, and I know this is going to sound... I think we need Where's Wally in there somewhere. You're always looking for the dog in Where's Wally.
Always.
No one cares about where Wally is. My son only cares about where the dog is.
Where the dog
That's all he cares. Like, Wally's easy. Wally's there poking his head up with glasses. To find the tail is tough.
Yeah, where is he? I don't know. Just look at the cover of the book. There he is. So
it's easy.
It's done.
He's on every page.
Growls, there's another one.
Whine.
Beg's good.
Yeah, bare teeth. Bearing teeth.
Bearing teeth.
Don't
make me beg.
Love beg. Beg is good. Yeah.
Don't make me beg.
Don't make me beg, and I won't.
Fuck.
I won't make you pay. Don't make me beg. I won't make you pay. I don't know why I'm going to snarl. Yeah. Snarl. This is good. This is good. Here's our dog stuff. Dog things.
Where's Wally? I love just seeing that there in
Just
the
where's
middle of it
Wally?
all.
That's just for me. That's just for
It's
my
like
own.
bow wow, wolf, growl, bare teeth, big snarl. Where's Wally? Oh no. All right. Looks like this is being hijacked now by yours truly. Can they hear you? All right. So we've lost Ben, and I'll be here just talking you through this during the intermission.
Can you hear me again? Can you hear me? Am I
Okay,
back?
thank God. I was
I'm
about to go
back.
into an intermission. Yeah, we're good.
I'm back.
We're good.
Sonobus just kicked me off, but I'm back. Okay.
Oh, you just had to reopen it?
I just had to reopen it. Sit and stay. Sit and
Marie.
stay is good. What's? Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, Anne Marie.
Everyone's like, no.
What's going on? Don't be making me beg, knock me down a peg. Oh, don't be Slimacy. Slimacy's just coming out with pre-packaged lines.
Thanks, Adele. I was saying thanks to Adele. What is she talking about? It was the most riveting 5 seconds of the whole thing. What's she talking about?
That was food, love, pal, off the leash. Food, love, pal, off the leash. Off. Oh, I see. They're all separate things. Yeah. Food.
Love, pal, off the leash. That's
Off the leash.
One sentence.
Yeah. I was like, am I having a stroke? I can't.
Yeah.
Doghouse.
You're in the doghouse. That's a good one. Slim C's coming in.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yeah, doghouse. Been there.
He's on fire. Pound.
Oh. Rescue.
Yeah. This is good. So, let me just jump back over this side.
Slim C's knows a lot about jail. It's kind of concerning.
That's great.
But
you need people with eclectic backgrounds.
We need the convict.
We need, well, yeah, we're a country of convicts. Who are we to talk?
That's it.
Let's go with Stray. Oh, amazing. He's got Stray. Oh, Stray's a good one. Okay. All right. Let's come back to.
Led astray is great.
Astray too. And the idea of led astray, like led leash, led.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Walking the dog in the wrong direction.
So I like what Adele. Let's go back to what. Rabbit. Oh, rabbit. Yeah, rabbit. I like what Adele was saying before about. I need to come back to where that was. Verse 2 being, they've left. So if we're picturing this as a narrative, born the runt of a litter, and then we're picturing the runt leaving, leaving home or getting away from this family. It's almost like they're detaching themselves from their own tribe, their own clan. But we've got to lock into because we've got so we need an opening line
for the second. This is the bridge.
Yeah, for second verse.
Does it rhyme with the first first line?
It doesn't have to. It can be its own rhyme scheme at this point. So we
it doesn't have to be like I was born.
No.
Cool.
It can be anything. It can be any. It just needs to be rhythmically in that pocket.
Yeah.
And we've all got So I always like playing the riff just before I.
Kind of get you into it.
Yeah.
And what was the theme of this one? Him leaving.
Yeah.
It's like, so something, does that get like the lead? Does lead come in, like walked or something?
Yeah. Or even just, I took off.
I took off.
Left them all behind. It can be something like that. But we want it to be interesting too. Like I left, we need it to be punchy. We've established, so verse one establishes what we're talking about. It's a welcome to the song kind of thing. And I was born the runt of the litter is cool. It's like, it's okay. This is an interesting idea for a song.
Straight in.
We're straight in. we don't waste too much time getting into the little turnaround, the little chromatic turnaround. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Learn a new trick. Are you talking to me, Georgie? Like in terms of my guitar?
Yeah,
playing?
she's telling us to
Like,
get another.
learn some more songs. Learn
Yeah,
some more chords.
learn some chords.
Learn some
No,
chords.
she's been.
I only know how to play in G.
Yeah, no, G blues, always.
That's all I know. Walking the dog. Walking the dog. Andy's saying walking the dog by. Okay. Walking the
God,
dog.
he's just coming in, isn't he? He's God.
You're not going to be able to hear this. I've just got to find this. What Rufus?
No, do it. I'll just groove along.
I just want to see Rufus. I just want to see what he's. Andy, what's he doing?
Mary Mac, dressed in black, silver buttons all down her back.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's so like, it's old kind of, what is that, old Motown-y kind of blues. Oh,
I'm believing you.
oh, it's so good.
I'm just believing you. I'm just here.
Slimmisy's Now I'm on the Lamb. Not talking, no dinner table. What? Now I'm on the lamb. I've got to work out, where are we at with that? What does that mean? Now I'm on the lamb. Is that an expression? I'm not familiar with that expression. I'm on the lamb.
That on the lamb, I think was I've heard that in movies and stuff.
Oh, it should be lamb. He's saying. It's a joke. I got you. Okay.
Oh, but I've definitely heard that in movies, like
Yeah.
running away, isn't it?
Oh, right.
On the lamb, it's like running away.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, because dog eats food off the table. Oh, dog eats food. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I need to establish the riff again because I've listened to another track, because Andy keeps throwing up these killer references. Wait a minute. Yeah. So I was born. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna, so that we don't stall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write here verse 1. Well, verse 2. What is the thing that happens in verse 2 is leaves.
Okay.
Leaves. Goes it alone. Okay, so basically goes out into the world on his own. That's the whole theme of, and the thing about doing it this way is that we can come back and say, oh, whoops, don't do that. We can come back and say, we know what the theme is. The theme of verse 1 is to establish song theme. the point of
Why? Yeah.
Run of litter. That's like the runt of the litter is the main character.
Yeah.
So we're establishing who's doing the talking, who is talking to who and why. So verse 2, leaves, goes it alone, right? That's cool. So then the theme of the chorus. Let's come back down to the chorus, because if we can get a chorus happening, we are in business. Do we want the chorus to be a turn? Do we want it to be
like a short, like?
Is there a twist? Is there a twist?
Yeah, like a 4-bar thing, just straight in and out.
Well, I'm thinking like, is there something like, okay, so is the twist, you're born the run of the litter. Everyone underestimates you. You back yourself. You're awesome. You go out into the world. You achieve.
Yeah.
But you still love your family. They're still your family, even though they're assholes. Even though they always called you the run of the litter and teased you and underestimated you, overlooked and underestimated you. You still, like, maybe the chorus is, but they're still my blood. They're still my clan. They're still, I don't know.
Just having that soft spot for them.
Yeah, like maybe. See, Andy, thanks, bud. Thank you for all your amazing input.
Andy the Mandy.
So I'm just going to type here. These aren't lyrics, but what if this idea of, so Georgie just said like underdog, this idea of the underdog. I had a thought and then I lost the thought. You know how that happens. Evie's come in with could be I've achieved everything and I hope I make them proud. Yeah, so maybe it's making them proud.
Proving yourself, proving them.
Yeah. Like, because we can either go with like you've got nothing to prove, or you are trying to prove that Yeah. So maybe it's complicated, So this idea of, and these aren't the lyrics. This is just notes that they'll always be, my blood, my tribe, my pack. If we're talking about a dog.
Yeah.
I want to make them proud. Prodigal son. Oh yeah, we got prodigal dog. Yeah.
Prodigal dog.
The prodigal dog returns.
Prodigal boy. Prodigal dog, prodigal boy. Is this where we're going to go to the third as well, the B?
Yeah, I went out into the world. What if you had this idea of I went out into the world? So many concerns, but now the prodigal dog returns, or
So many concerns, now the prodigal dog returns.
And so, and it's. I was born. So we're talking about going to the B, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. B7 thing.
And we had the. That's how we finished.
I think so, yeah.
And now to the B. It'll always be my blood. Always be my tribe.
Yeah, like a turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah, and so maybe you don't want the chorus to be too long. So maybe it's if I gave that to you as a start, like let's just talk musically for a second. This is your happy place, playing with harmony. If I started there on the B,
Yeah.
And up to the C, obviously, where would you go next?
Well, you went to the 1, didn't you?
I just went back to the 1 and then straight back down to the flat 7.
It's kind of going turnaround vibes.
Give me a turnaround. We don't want a turnaround. Not yet.
No, not yet. Hey, so you're here, you're at B.
Excuse me. Can I just, Andrew? Slimmersy's just come in with like a pre-made chorus. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bones. Still I return. Prodigal dogs come home. Oh my God. Yeah.
Slimmersy, it's huge.
Whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Oh no. Where am I?
And
so
really
I'm going to E. What am I doing? So if I went like this,
that's why I was hitting the E7. Yeah, and then you come in.
Prodigal dogs coming home.
Yeah, that's it. You're spacing it out.
Oh my God. Slimmersy, you have to be in all the sessions from now on with Prep.
Yeah, who is this? That's huge.
That's huge. Okay. The whirlwind of fate. We're gonna. Slimmersy, you and I are gonna do some writing together. We have to. The whirlwind of fate never threw me a bone. Never threw me no bone. You got to have.
Who is Slimmersy? Is the identity?
Slimmersy's a new friend that I met last night.
I love it. From Germany?
No, Slimmersy. Where are you from again, Slimmersy? The other guy last night was from Germany. Yeah, that's awesome.
I like the E. I like the G down the E.
California.
California.
From California, of course.
Love it.
I don't know why I'm saying of course, just because California is such a glorious music making place. Now, how do we feel about the turnaround now? Man, you know what I do want to do though? Still I Return. The prodigal dogs come home.
I just edit novels, so I have some writing knowledge. Humble answer there.
I just edit novels.
I just edit things.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah,
no, look, it wasn't. Hey, I just edit. Don't worry about it.
That is cool. And you know what? Man, we have to talk about that sometime because I'm always talking. You know, when we're doing classes about like novelists and screenwriters and lyricists.
The vocab.
But how we're all different. Like we're all trying to play with language. We're all trying to play with vocab, and yet songwriters and poets are trying to play with it in very short bursts. Yeah. Novelists are sort of thinking in 400-page chunks or sessions.
Yeah.
It's such a different headspace. It's so cool. Anyway, let's get this chorus happening. So, did you feel the turnaround there was,
I liked it going down there.
Yeah, you liked it?
The C, then G, was it? Yeah.
But then, that's our classic turnaround, and really what we're expecting there is going
to A. Yeah.
But I don't think we should
D.
go to the A. I don't think we should go to
No, I think going like to C.
Yeah, and then maybe you could go, yeah, okay. Yeah. It's just getting that. See that. Give us some chord options.
That could be a cool. So could we go like going E? The prodigal sons come home, and then you're landing on the one.
How wacky do we want to make it? Because if we're on the E,
yeah,
you could go E flat major 7. D7.
Oh, that's out there. I like that.
That's out there, isn't it?
I like that. And then
is that too much? Because this is where I'm getting a little bit.
Well, it depends. Like if we want to keep it kind of like simply, it's kind of like I like the B, then C. Still I return. Prodigal sons come home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course we've got the option of changing it up for another chorus, bridge, whatever.
Yeah, you could definitely change the key. Like if you're going for a last chorus, G to the E, you can go up to like the G sharp, and then that takes you to A.
Yeah.
That's like if you want to modulate a bit, but don't have to. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Yeah.
It's never too much, says Slim C. Great song.
Okay,
that's
so we're really we're trying to mess with a bluesy turnaround. We're trying to reinvent the bloody wheel. Yeah. But that is part of the fun.
Absolutely.
So we've got never drew me no bone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still I return. Still I return. And I like that idea of that. Still I return. Still I return. Yeah.
Maybe it goes C to B. You're going backwards now.
Yeah, it gets a little bit. Yeah, it gets a little bit.
Or
yeah, it gets a little bit too. I think it's got to be. I mean, what we're doing here, guys, is essentially losing ourselves in the
harmony.
The harmonic possibilities that this could be, and
literally.
When you've got great music, well, this is You're very
humble comment from
You're very
Slim C.
modest, Slim C, but I have a feeling you'd probably knock out a mean melody. I just have
LA, surely.
yeah, that's right. So okay, I just don't want to let this lie. I don't want to let this sleeping dog lie. I want to get this turnaround, And maybe what if we didn't go down to the E? What if we didn't box, because we've boxed ourselves a little in with the E.
By going to
Yeah.
cool. So we like the B C beginning, right?
Yeah. Where have you gone there?
Flat 7 again to the F.
Yeah. I mean, we're really kind of stuck with this kind of genre. We're stuck. Yeah, Georgie loves the E. Georgie.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, classic. It's like it's kind of makes it a bit narrow, doesn't it? When you're like in this.
Well, you just know, because you sort of you're expecting it, which
You've heard it.
There's something lovely about expecting it, and you have heard it.
Yeah.
Anyone want to throw in some chord ideas? Like we're because
we might maybe what if we were in B and then went down to A instead.
Oh, okay. Oh, what if you did that too instead of going to C, right? If you went from the
C, B to A.
Whirlwind of fate, never threw me no bone, threw me no bone. Oh. Yeah. Whirlwind of fate, never threw me no bone.
That's cool.
You know what we've done there? We've kind of changed the key of E.
Yeah, you can just kind of riff on E for a bit.
But then go down, do the same move, and then go down to like C sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going like, still I return.
Well, I'm thinking like, so I've got to make sure this doesn't sound horrendous. So here's our, and maybe we're in bridge territory again, but if so there's our establishment.
Yeah.
The world down, the whirlwind of fate, never threw me no bone. Still I return. Like prodigal son comes home.
That's nice.
So it's like it's like B7, A7,
A7, yeah.
E, and then I hit it with the 4 chord.
4/5.
Yeah, of G.
Yeah,
so
nice.
We kind of modulate briefly. So let's just try this for a second.
But that's what's cool because it kind of goes out of the cliche, but back in exactly.
Now you know what would be even cooler is if you have a double chorus, and you do both. So if you go, check this out. So I'm going to do the first one in G. So if we go, the whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal dogs come home. And then
going up. Yeah.
Whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing both. So you're modulating for like a bar. That's nice. The tonal center changes, but you go straight back in.
And you'd have to just get the melody to iron it out.
Absolutely.
But that could be cool.
I like that. That's cool for a double for sure.
I'm definitely prone to overcomplicating it, but
that's another thing. That's what like this having endless options does to you. It's like, geez, where do I go?
Yeah.
Especially when I'm coming up with progressions. It's like, oh boy.
What I love about this has got that riff that groove I think is just a great thing to stumble upon.
It's a nice starting point for sure. Just a foundation to build upon.
It's great. So You know what? Interestingly, remember last time we had a bunch of different ideas and we really sort of mapped out the narrative, but it wasn't, we didn't successfully get the music and the lyrics to sync the way we have this time in such a short space of time. I know you've got to go in a minute.
Yeah, a couple of minutes.
You've got to go, don't you?
Yeah, it's all good. This is mad progress.
And so what I think we've got there is we've got a musical structure that we can absolutely now map out. So the form would be verse 1, verse 2, chorus. I would then want to go verse 1. You know, the verses are short, so I'd then want to go verse 3, verse 4, double chorus potentially.
Yeah, with the
modulation. And the modulation would lead us into the bridge.
Yes. Which could be like the E flat even that you were doing before.
Yeah, so the modulation, like the second time round. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone.
Yeah.
And now we're in E because instead of going.
Yes, sick. Yeah. Just keeps going. This is him like overcoming everything, just like punching through the ceiling.
Yeah.
I love that.
Georgie's come in with I won't sit or stay. It wasn't brought up that way.
I won't sit.
Don't tell me to sit or stay. I wasn't. Or would it be you can tell me to sit, you can tell me to stay.
But I wasn't brought up that way.
But I wasn't. But I didn't learn to live that way. Maybe the others, his brothers and sisters, have been brought up that way, but I haven't learned to live that way.
Yeah, I've never lived that way.
But I've never lived that way.
Tell me to sit, tell me to stay, but I've never lived that way. Tell me to sit, tell me to stay. Just hitting chords on the wall, stabs. Bring in the stabs.
Bridge ideas.
Tell me to sit, tell me to stay.
Tell me to sit. Tell me to sit, I'll tell you to jump. Tell me to stay, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Tell me to sit, I'll tell you to jump. Tell me to stay, I'll take a dump.
We're getting real.
We're getting sassy.
I've never lived that way. Yeah, that's good, Georgie. I mean, this is one of those songs that, you know, is just fun, but it also feels like this should be part of a Broadway musical at some point. Like it needs to be turned into.
Get out of my head, Ben. I was just picturing some sort of spoken word thing halfway through. Super like, did you hear that? He said stay. Wow.
or the hip hop artist comes in and does the dog rap, the canine rap.
Breakdown.
Have we got room for a canine rap?
Why not?
I don't want to do that. Yeah. Look at all these suggestions. I mean, the chat today has been.
It's been
exceptional. It has been bonkers. It has been bananas. It really has. I mean, Slimsy basically wrote the chorus for us.
Slimsy's coming in.
He's just yeah. But where will you fit the jazz prog metal fusion? Oh, we did talk last night about jazz prog metal fusion.
Jazz prog metal fusion.
Well, I was playing something. What was I? I was playing something on the slide, I think, and it sounded. Oh no, maybe I was playing something on guitar, and it.
Oh my god! I don't think I've heard. No. I can't say I've taken a deep dive into that.
What key are we wearing? We're in G.
G.
I'm just dumb because we could. What? I mean, I'm just because we're in G. I'm just thinking about where that would fall. Where that riff would fall. Andrew, tell me when you got to go, buddy.
Probably like 2:00, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe I'll say bye now before you play, and then I'll duck off.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much, everyone. Big thank you to Andrew for
Always
another stunning collaboration.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Keen for them more, and keen for harmony and everything.
So good. Thanks, buddy. I'll let you know how this fleshes out. We'll come back at it.
Yeah. Actually, I'd love to. I will reach out. I'll hear how it's gone. Even if you send like a file, I'll play over the top.
Absolutely. Thanks, bud.
Thanks so much.
Have a great day.
You too, man.
See ya. So what we're doing? So we're basically talking about this. Oh, that's the riff there. So I got a string shift. Two, three, four. 3, 4, and. Sounds completely different. I feel like I need to produce like a dobro version as well. What are the chords? I was born. Right of the letter. I was born. A cause and a quitter, and then overlooked, and then when I got underestimated. It's got a, I don't know about you guys, but it's got a whole different vibe as soon as you just play it on a slide guitar. It's got something else going on, which is cool. I think I will try and do a dobro version as well. Yeah, I mean, it's such a great sounding instrument. Okay, so where were we? I was born. Back to this, buddy. I was born. The front of the litter. I was cold. I lost cause and a quitter. Overlooked, underestimated, underappreciated, inflated, domesticated, uneducated. And then the verse to da 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 and then the chorus. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. The prodigal dogs come home. Now I threw in an extra chord there, just because it seemed like it kind of worked. Still I return. The prodigal dogs come home. To add to the aided, it's complicated. Oh yeah, it's complicated. Sure. Yeah, verse 2. I've got to take some out of verse 1 and put it in. No. Yeah, I really like this theme of. I mean, the simplest story to tell is the run of the litter being born and sort of saying, screw you to everyone, and proving themselves. But I like this twist, which is that they prove themselves, but they're still attached to family. They still acknowledge that family is family, and so the chorus really is that this idea that I'm going to go out and prove myself, and come back to the tribe, because we all need connection. So let me see. You could remove conflated for complicated. Well, I'm actually going to remove. So what I'm going to do is, because this is all verse 2 we haven't actually written, but overlooked, underestimated, underappreciated, conflated, domesticated. No. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put so uneducated. I'm going to leave it as those ones. Overlooked, underestimated, and then I'm going to change these ones here to uneducated, unsophisticated. It's complicated. See if I can squeeze those. Oh, it's complicated. And then go into the chorus. Yeah, because it is complicated. Family is complicated. So, for the second verse, it would be overlooked, underestimated, underappreciated. Oh, hang on. I've got underappreciated. Okay, so overlooked, overestimated, uneducated, unsophisticated. Unsophisticated is too many syllables. So V, I've got to, well, actually it's not. I've just got to put it up there. I've just got to put it above there and bring it in a touch earlier. Yeah, so I'll do that. So 2. Overlooked and underestimated, unsophisticated, uneducated, it's complicated. Yeah, that works. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal sons come home. The prodigal sons come home. Yeah, I could do that. B flat there. Still I return. The prodigal sons come home. Of the singer, to emphasize the complication of the singer's life. You could even do it's complicated with a little pause. Oh, it's complicated. Yeah. I think the pause is nice. Yeah. So, overlooked and underestimated, unsophisticated, uneducated, it's complicated. And then, I'll try the B flat, Evie. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal sons come home. And even prodigal sons come. You know what we could do? And this is some nerdy music theory crap, but if we go to the B flat, instead of going E flat to D7 and back to G, we could play the tritone sub. Tritone sub of E flat is the A. So we create a chromatic run. Yeah, so we could do that all the way down from B flat to G. So we could do that. So we could do from the chorus. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. The prodigal dogs come home. Still I return. Prodigal dogs come home. Or still I return. The prodigal dogs come home. Or still I return. The prodigal dogs come home. That's not what we're gonna. Prodigal dogs come home. We could do prodigal dogs come home. Prodigal dogs come. Prodigal dogs. Prodigal dogs come home. No, it doesn't work. Prodigal dogs come home. Yeah, you can do it like that. The prodigal dogs come home. I like the beefer. Till I return. The prodigal dogs come home. Still I return. The prodigal dogs come home. Yeah, I like 2 as well. I like 1 to 2 better, but my favorite. Oh, which one was 1 to 2? Which? Okay, so let's put this to a vote. Still I return. The prodigal now comes home. So it's that. It's either the chromatic run. Do we like that? Still I return. Prodigal now comes home. Do we like that one? Do we think that sounds cool? The chromatic run going all the way down. This is where I need your help, so it doesn't get too convoluted. You like them all, or we can go. Still I return. The prodigal son comes home. Yeah. We can do that too. Actually, we could do that too. Till I return. Chromatic run. I mean, chromatic is alternate melody and the home on the B. Alternate melody. Prodigal son comes home. There. Not the chord. No, not the chord. Till I return. Till I return. The prodigal son comes home. Oh, like that. Still I return. So hitting the B flat. Still I return. Prodigal son comes home, like that. So we could do that. The prodigal son comes home. Yeah, so we go up yeah, so that could be right. Till I return. Prodigal son comes home. Till I return. Prodigal son comes home. Whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. The prodigal son comes home. Still I return. The prodigal son comes home. I think that's a great suggestion, Georgie. of course, when we have the backing choir, the gospel choir singing the PVs, they can pick all those parts. That'd be great. How's everyone going? Is everyone in the mood to try and flesh out some more lyrics for this and see if we can nail it? See if we can get something that at least is a working narrative. Yeah, let's try and get this as a working narrative. Okay, I think this song is so much fun. And now that we've got this chorus, that's a real, it's a real twist. It's great. We've got this whole new theme of family in play, which is fantastic. So then we've got to have, I'm going to move the bridge down here. Well, I'm going to put verse, come here. I'm going to put, hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we've got verse 3. Now, what do we want the theme of verse 3 to be? This is where it always gets tricky. A little bit of Jack Johnson. It's starting to sound a little Jack Johnson. Yeah, except Jack Johnson doesn't use that many chords. Not to might lead you astray. Georgie, is that a might lead you astray? Is that like an idea or like a thematic idea? Might lead you astray. Maybe. Oh, okay. So what about if verse 3 is like, what about if I tried, I tried being on the leash. I tried being on the leash. I tried the stray life. Yes. Yeah. I tried being on the leash. I tried playing catch, but it wasn't for me. That kind of idea. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I was born, because we need that on the run. Okay. On the run. Do. Family held me back. Okay, so Evie, I think on the run is the opening of our verse 3. On the run. And something like, ears flapping in the breeze. Which is literally what you see dogs do, don't you, in cars? Like they seem like they're just having so much fun with their ears like flying behind them. On the run, ears flapping in the breeze. Now we don't have to. On the run is flapping their ears in the sun. This is basically like the good life, living the good life. In the sun. On the run, is flapping in the breeze, in the sunlight. In the sun. I need a shorter syllable. Lapping up the sun. Yeah, lapping up the sun's good. But I need to in the sun. We'll get down a rudimentary version. So this is like, that's cool. Not a collar in sight. Yeah, on the run. Are we going to stick to the rhyme scheme? We've gone born, runs of the litter, called, cause, and quitter. If we want to stick to this rhyme scheme, we actually need to go A, B, A, B. So run and sun, we need breeze and something else that rhymes with breeze, or we need to change the word breeze. Um, um, next time, man, lapping in the sun, not a color in sight. Yeah, I like free. Yeah, it's something free. On the run is flapping in the or flapping in the wind. Is flapping in the sun. On the run is flapping in the sun. Doodle-ba-ba-ba. On the run, no leash, no collar, lapping up the sun. This is, let me see. In the wind, you'll hear me holler. Yeah, so we've gone. Fuck. So let me see. You're on fire. On the run. I want flapping in the breeze to come back. Another one. No leash, no collar. Oh, ears flapping free, no collar on me. Oh. Right, no leash, no collar. Ears flapping. In the sun, lapping on the sun. Oh man, you guys have got some great ideas. No leash, no collar, lapping up the sun, and then no leash, no collar, lapping up the sun in the wind. Holler. I mean, holler's a great rhyme with collar. Ears flapping free. Evie, that's great too. Ears flapping free, no collar on me. Right, no leash, no collar. You know what? What would be cool is if we change the rhyme scheme. Instead of sticking to ABAB, like, I'm just going to put no leash, no worries for a second, but we'll change the word worries. But this is what we're thinking. We could go, is flying free, is flapping free. And then, so we're changing the, no collar on me. On the run, no leash, no worries, is flapping free, no collar on me. You know, we're sort of going, nostalgic's back. We're changing the rhyme scheme now to XXAA. So, we got so many different options there. On the run, no leash, no worries, is flapping free, no collar on me. Overlook, yeah, something like that. On the run, no leash holding me. Unlike the past, my ears are flapping free. Okay, you guys have got way too many ideas. This is phenomenal. Okay. This is fantastic. Ears flapping free, no collar on me. Okay, so we've got this idea of the ears flapping free, no collar, in the sun. You know, this is the good life. Then we've got, so let's just come back to that. We'll come back to some other variations of that because you guys have given me like 6. So then overlooked and, come back here. Overlooked and underestimated. Do we want to change that each time, or do we want I think we've got I think we're good enough to play around with different versions of overlooked and underestimated. So what do you reckon? So instead of going, overlooked, underestimated. We need something like that. And we need it to fit in with this idea so that he's on the run, he's free, ears flapping in the breeze, enjoying the sunshine, no collar. So what brings him back to the chorus? Because the chorus is, returning to the family. And it's these, originally we had this idea of, unsophisticated, uneducated. So maybe it's the thoughts, maybe it's the reminders of it's the insecurities that come back. No collar on me, overlooked. Downtrodden and subjugated. goodness. Downtrodden and subjugated. Okay. Oh my. Okay. And you know what? I think there's no reason why we shouldn't have this going right here. This should be verse 2. Unsophisticated, complicated. It's complicated, yeah. Nostalgic. This reminds me of the diggingest dog. When Sam's new dog learns to dig holes, he can't stop. He digs up gardens, roads, and buildings, and finally digs himself a hole he can't get out of. That sounds like, I strangely relate. My wife actually calls it when I get stuck in holes I can't get out of. She calls it stuck in a loop. That's when I'm stuck in my loop. Nostalgic. Since you've been away for a little bit, we're going to give you a little recap of this track. And because I need to play it to see how this second verse fits now with the first. So here's where we're at. 2, 3, 4. I was born the runt of the litter. I was cold, lost cause and a quitter, overlooked and underestimated, underappreciated, conflated, domesticated. On the run, no leash, no worries, is flapping free, no collar on me, downtrodden and subjugated, unsophisticated, uneducated, it's complicated. And then the chorus. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal sons come home. Still I return. Prodigal sons come home. And then when we're up to digging holes, undomesticated. Yeah, okay, keep that. Okay, let's keep that for verse 3. Oh, digging holes, undomesticated, unsophisticated. That's cool too. Digging holes, digging holes, undomesticated, unsophisticated, uneducated. It's complicated. Oh, you know what? Slimacy, I'm gonna put. Come here. I'm gonna put downtrodden and subjugated in. I'm gonna put it over here, and save it for verse 3. And I think, because I think that digging holes is so good. You know, because it ties in with the freedom of verse 2. Digging, it's complicated. Yeah, it's complicated. Digging holes, undomesticated. And then we've got this run of unsophisticated, uneducated. And then it's complicated. Consuela, hello. Okay, so let's try that again from the top. I was born the runt of the litter. I was cold, lost cause and a quitter, overlooked, underestimated, underappreciated, conflated, domesticated. On the run, no leash, no worries, is flapping free, no collar on me. Digging holes, undomesticated, unsophisticated, uneducated. It's complicated. whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal dogs come home. Still I return. The prodigal dogs come home. Under dawn. And then we're into verse 3. Yeah. This is starting to flow nicely in terms of the narrative. You know, it's got that nice contrast. I think what I'm liking about the contrast is that you've got the verses establishing this freedom, you know, on the run, no leash, no worries, ears flapping free, no collar on me, and digging holes and not being domesticated. But then the chorus, you know, brings us back to the family, you know, the responsibilities of family, the fact you can never get away from family, and they'll always be there, and you know, home's overrated. Oh, Georgie, that's a good one too. Home's overrated. Home is overrated. So something about like wanting to be free. Home is overrated. Okay, so then, does it feel like? Does it feel like we just need one verse in terms of verse 3? We don't need the double verse before we go to the chorus, so maybe just a verse 3. I think that's where it's feeling. So what's the twist here in the story? Verse 1 establishes that we're born the runt of the litter. And with that comes all the different things that people assume about us, being, you know, weaker and not as competent and all those things. But then, verse 2, you leave home, we're on the run, we've got no worries, no leash, we're undomesticated, you know, we've broken free of that stereotype. But then it's complicated because we have to keep turning back to, oh, see you, Georgie. Thanks for everything. It's awesome, as always. Thank you so much. And then we get the whirlwind of fate, never threw me no bone, still I return. So the chorus comes in, you know, with this idea of coming home, even though you want freedom, we still have to deal with family and responsibilities. Okay. So then verse 3, do we skip ahead? Do we skip ahead with, you know, is it 5 years into the future? Is it, I mean, does the dog, you know, is there married with kids kind of thing, you know, growing up and wanting to be this young, free spirit, but then inevitably, you know, having responsibilities that, you know, come with the territory of getting older sometimes. They call me rabid, bites as bad as my bark. This idea that we're living our best, Slimissy is just going to keep throwing out killer lines and we're going to find a way to incorporate them. This idea that we are living our best life but still hold onto your past. Good image. Yeah. So it's like we're living our best life, but like you've got that family photo in the back of your pocket that you know is always there. And since a dog can't carry family photos, what could be a an equivalent? Maybe something like every time, you know, he puts his paws down, he sees his dad, you know, like he sees his dad's paws. He's got his dad's paws, or something that keeps bringing him back. It's got to be, the narrative's got to move on fairly quickly. Oh, in the wind, I hear a whisper. Someone's calling me. Come home to the litter. Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, I like Evie. I like that idea of wanting to be your own person, but as you get older, you start to look like your parents. You start to act like your parents. You know, you really want to be your own self, and we are our own people, but we can't we can never separate ourselves from family. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to type up, in the wind. And I feel like, in the wind, I hear a faint kind of whisper. I hear a faint kind of whisper. Someone's calling. Come back to the litter. Come home. Come home to the litter. And this isn't necessarily the verse 3. Faint sounding whisper. Faint sounding whisper. Faint sounding whisper. Someone's calling. Come home to the litter. The smell of something familiar. Yeah. That's good, Emery, because playing on the idea of the dog's smell, and their sense of smell is obviously so good. And the older I get, the more I look like you. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if the dog, if our hero here stops for a drink, bowl of water, and sees his reflection, and he sees that he looks like his parents. He's running free. He's running around. He's living his best life. But he stops to have a drink and sees his reflection and realizes he's like his parents. Come home to the litter. I would like to maybe double in the stream. I like. Okay, what about this? I move on. Yeah, then stop. I move on. I want this idea of him pushing back, fighting this idea of the the home, the pull of home. I move on. Stop to quench my thirst. No. I like in the stream. I see you instead of me. That's a great line. But as I stare at the stream, but as I look in the stream. I see you instead of me. So we could do like this double verse thing instead of the digging holes, like instead of that line that, and then I move on, walk for days, stop by his dream. I see you instead of me. Yeah. I'm trying to work out if we can have this, in the wind. I hear a faint sounding whisper. Someone's calling. Come home to the litter. I move on. Stop to quench my thirst. But as I look in the stream, I see you instead of me. Oh. And then that might, like I'm creating like this variation, this double length, I see you instead of me. Oh. And then Anne-Marie's like the smell. Nose to the air. No, yeah, like nose to the air. Nose to the air. Smell of something familiar there. And familiar is so great because the word familiar is so great because it's family, familiar. And so then we could go to the chorus. And so it's kind of like, it's almost like a bridgy verse. instead of doing, so it would be like this. In the wind, I hear a faint sounding whisper. Someone's calling. Come home to the litter. I move on. Stop to quench my thirst. As I look in the no. Why did I go down to the flat 7? It doesn't need to be there. It stays on the 1. 3. In the wind, I hear a faint sound and whisper. Everyone's calling. I come home to the litter. I move on. Stop to quench my thirst. But as I look in the stream, I see you instead of me. Nose to the air, the smell of something familiar there. Oh, Zoom has just logged me off. How rude is that? So rude. Okay. Well, that's okay because that's a bit rude. Let me just pull a little window back. There we go. That was weird. Okay, there we are. We're back. Zoom. How could you? Nose to the air. The smell of something familiar there. Pretend I don't care. Yeah. Pretend I don't care. So familiar. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Adele. Thanks for hanging out. It was awesome having you. We'll catch you soon. Good luck with the EP. Pretend I don't care. So we got this new. It's kind of like a little bridge now. Nose to the air. The smell of something familiar there. Whoa. Pretend I don't care. Pretend I don't care. Oh, what is that? Pretend I don't care. Pretend I don't care. Oh, pretend I don't care. What do we want to do there? Pretend I don't care. Something about needing to, it's got to lead into the chorus. It's got to lead into the chorus. Something about the family, returning to the family. Pretend I don't care. Yeah. I need echo from long ago. Nose to the air, the smell of something familiar there. Pretend I don't care. What about, but this echo is, about this, pretend I don't care, but the echo. Yeah, the echo from long ago. But this echo from long ago? About this echo from long ago? Pretend I don't care. Yeah, actually. But this echo lingers on. You know what? And you know what I like? I like the idea that we've broken the rhyme scheme. So we've got this variation now in verse 3. In the wind, I hear a faint sounding whisper. Someone's calling. Come home to the litter. Oh, but my voice went on. Stop to quench my thirst. But as I look in the stream, I see you instead of me. Yeah. Oh, come on. See you instead of something familiar there. Pretend I don't care, but my pores don't listen. My pores don't listen. The one pop better to talk down. This echo lingers on. Oh, that could be cool. Pretend I don't care. Oh, hang on. But I like that, Emery. But my pores won't listen. My pores won't listen. Can I type the word pause? Pause won't listen. But my pause won't listen. And what about there's something missing? There's something missing. Which is what then takes him back. This echo lingers on. Okay, so it's like nose to the air, smell of something familiar there. Pretend I don't care, but my pores won't listen. There's something missing. This echo lingers on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, actually, I actually want echo lingers on and on somewhere else. I want to put that. I want to put that in the bridge. Oh, come here. Because I felt like it was getting ready to return. I'm just gonna put this down here so I don't lose it. So instead we go, nose to the air, smell of something familiar there. Pretend I don't care, but my pores won't listen. There's something missing. Whirlwind of fate never do me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal son comes home. Still I return. Prodigal dog comes home. Okay, so I don't know. It's become a slightly weird form, but I like that it doesn't just stick to the same. I think it's kind of interesting that verse 3 actually becomes something different in terms of form. So if we play this from the top, let's just play this from the top, and then I think playing it from the top and getting through to the second chorus. Then instrumental. Yeah, that'll take us to the instrumental, and then we can basically come back and do another, that would take us through another verse. So we're almost there. 2, 3, 4, down. I was born the run of the litter. I was gone, a lost cause and a quitter. Overlooked, underestimated, underappreciated, conflated, domesticated. Oh, well. On the run, no leash, no worries, ears flapping free, no collar on me, digging holes, undomesticated, unsophisticated, uneducated. It's complicated. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I
return. Prodigal dog comes home. Still I return. Prodigal dog comes home. In the wind, oh, I hear a faint sounding whisper. Someone's calling. Come home to the litter. I move on. Stop to quench my thirst. But as I look in the stream, I see you instead of me. Nose to the air, smell of something familiar there. Pretend I don't care, but my paws won't listen. Something missing. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal dog comes home. Oh, still I return. Prodigal dog comes home. And then we go da da da. Last like da 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 da. This would be the last verse. Da 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 da. Downtrodden, subjugated. Da 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 da. That's it. That's right. That was the bit. And then we could do just as a final closer, you know, after the what am I trying to say? After the verse, you know, as a final chorus, maybe we do that modulation there that we were talking about, that I was doing with Andrew before, like, you know, whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal son comes home. We gotta stop saying prodigal son. And then na, 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 never threw me no bone. Modulation. Still I return. Prodigal dog comes home. And we've gone down to E. But I think that's going to be too much. I think that modulation is now, I think that idea is past. It was fun before, but the old doghouse door, ominous and foreboding, waits closed before me, but I won't run no more. Oh, are we talking for, so let me see, is that, we're thinking third verse? Yeah, I think that's, yeah, what about yeah, for a possible return home, yeah. It might be a nice variation on the chorus. The old doghouse door. Possible return home, but I won't run anymore. Yeah, it feels like we need to fit it into the verse. There it is, that old doghouse door. Waits closed before me, but I won't run no more. Yeah, for a possible return. give it all.
I feel we've got all of this other great info in the like there was so many. There it waits, the old doghouse door, ominous. But I went, oh, there it is. Okay, so let's just get verse 4 in there. So we go, and then we'll be in business. So after that chorus is the instrumental, and then we go verse 4. There it waits. The old doghouse door. Doghouse door, great alliteration. The old doghouse door, ominous. But I won't run no more. But I won't run no more. That's great. But I won't run no more. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Great to see you. See you soon. But I won't run no more. And then, do we still like downtrodden and subjugated? You know. Oh, you know what? You know what would be nice? But I won't run no more. Oh, this is where we could change the rhyme scheme. So we go downtrodden and subjugated. I mean, downtrodden and subjugated. That's just such a great pair of words. Home is overrated, but it's home after all. You know, so we could do it. We could do it with that little chromatic run. So.
There it waits, the old doghouse door, ominous. I won't run no more. Downtrodden and subjugated. Home is overrated. It's overrated, but it's home after all. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no ball. Still I return. Prodigals down home. Whirlwind of fate never threw me no bone. Still I return. Prodigal dog comes home. Still I return. Prodigal dog comes home.
Something like that. But that gives us a full form, which is fantastic that we got there in one session. I'm just going to pop those down there. So that would be the full session. Where are we at? Oh, come back here, Miro. Come back here. There's the full mind map we started with. Lost Dog. And then we eventually came over to Runt of the Litter, became the thing that we, that we ran with, so to speak. I was born the Run of the Litter, and I was called a lost cause and a quitter, overlooked, underestimated, unappreciated, conflated, domesticated. And then we went to verse 2, on the run, no leash, no worries, ears flapping free, no collar on me. Digging holes, undomesticated, unsophisticated, uneducated, it's complicated. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bones, still I return, the prodigal dog comes home. That was, Slimacy giving us that gold. And then In the wind, I hear a faint sounding whisper. Someone's calling, come home to the litter. I move on, stop to quench my thirst. But as I look in the stream, I see you instead of me. Nose to the air. Or maybe I see them instead of me. Maybe I see them, because the you is never established. I see them, implying the family. Nose to the air, the smell of something familiar there. Pretend I don't care, but my paws won't listen. There's something missing. The whirlwind of fate never threw me no bones. Till I return, the prodigal dog comes home. Instrumental. And then verse 4, there it awaits, the old doghouse door, ominous. But I won't run no more. Downtrodden and subjugated, home is overrated, but it's home after all. Home is overrated, overinflated, overweighted. Because home's always home. Oh man, that's good. Like a break in the, yeah. Overweighted, yeah. I'm gonna overinflated, overweighted. So good. That's a full song form. That's a full start to finish song form. 3 o'clock on the dot. I just want to say huge thank you to Andrew Chara for joining me before. That was so great. Huge thank you to Slimacy for basically writing a bunch of sections, but also Anne-Marie, Adele, you guys absolutely were on fire. Andy early on killing it. We also had, who else did we have here? Nostalgic popped in with some gorgeous little improv ideas and references. And couldn't do this by myself. You guys are incredible. So there's our new song, and I love it. I think it's really fun. So great work, gang. I'm gonna do this every 2 weeks. I'm gonna do this with a new song prompt, and yeah, so great. Slimacy, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll hopefully catch you in one of the other streams and we can talk guitar again. But I need to write a song with you at some point. We need to get a session organized, because you have lyrical chops, no question. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you soon. See ya.